dramatization!
Hi guys, it's me from the home care company.
Hello.
How's it going? Is it possible I can get a tour now?
We don't refer home care. You're probably wasting your time, but I can give you a tour.
Oh, well, is it possible, maybe we can work together somehow and you guys can give me referrals? But can I get the tour?
She can have a tour with you, but we don't refer home care. You're wasting your time.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hi folks, on today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, we are going to tackle overcoming the objection of we don't refer home care. This is A Drink with the Hurricane, the home care sales and marketing talk show that discusses all things growing your home care business. Now in that dramatization video, and I hope you're enjoying these dramatization videos, we put so much work and so much effort into making these videos for you. They're fun and they're funny, but I know you can relate to it. I know I relate to it. The reason why we came up with these is because I remember what it was like being out there and hearing these things happen, and my clients talking to me about how these things happen, and we work through how we're going to overcome it, and that's the purpose of today's episode. How do we overcome the objection of we don't refer home care? Now you have to think about it from their perspective. And from us, it's like, we're trying, home care is valuable, you have to have it, and they should have it. And it's almost like shame on you because you're providing a disservice to your patients and your clients when you're not working with a home care company. But in their perspective, they've been around for 10 years, 20 years in this industry, and they've had 15, 20, they've had a plethora of other home care companies that have come before you, and when those other companies came in, they completely burned the bridge and they destroyed with a jackhammer the road to getting referrals from these accounts by having poor services, by pestering them to death, by not having any value in the relationship, and by taking. So as a result, it's almost like the sins of the father that you've inherited. Yeah, in this case, you've inherited the sins of the home care companies that came before you, your predecessors, and that makes your life that much more difficult. But the truth of the matter still remains. Home care is a vital part of the healthcare continuum. Yes, you're always going to need hospitals. Yes, you're going to always need rehab centers. Yes, you're always going to need a home health and hospice. But for many people, having a companion or a home health aide come into the home and work with them will allow them to be able to stay in the comfort of their home. So it's a value add and it's a necessary part of the healthcare continuum. So we have to be able to educate them on why they should work with us, but you have to remember the golden rule. And this is something that I say at boot camps all the time. And the boot camp attendees, they understand. They leave the boot camp knowing I got to come in with a plan. I can't just come in and ask for referrals. The golden rule is what's in it for you. So from this example here with this marketing representative and Nicole as the administrator, they do a great job of showing standoffish. We don't want to work with them. We don't work with home care companies. That's because they've never had a reason to. Whereas when my clients, and when I used to do this, I'm going to share a story with you in a second here. When I used to go into referral sources, I always came in, and my clients come in with a plan of, I want to work with you. Yeah, I want referrals, but I want to work with you because if you're going to refer me, I want to help you grow your census. That's the golden rule. How can I help you? What can we do together? We can collaborate on events. We can sponsor activities. We can co-market. We can co-brand. We can share advertising. There's so many things that we can do together. And at the boot camps, I go in much greater detail on how to do all of these things. But when you come in with a plan and you do this right, all of a sudden they go from arms crossed and not going to refer you to, well, there's some merit to this. You're different. We don't work with home care agencies, but we'll work with you because you're different. And that's exactly as we have to educate them on how to work with us, who should they refer, and so on and so forth. We can't do that until we get them to know us, to like us, and to trust us. So it's really important. And the reason why I did this example here is because I'll never forget when I went to Boston. This was 2013. It was a year after I started Hurricane Marketing Enterprises. I'm on a field training with one of my clients there. We walked into an assisted living community. We were supposed to see the marketing rep, and the marketing rep was kind of like Dee was in the video. And she's like, I'm busy. I got to see a family. I can't talk to you now. And then the administrator came out, just like Nicole, very stern and challenging. And she's like, I will give you a tour. I will answer any questions you have. But we do not work with home care companies. We have no referrals for you. There is no point for you to be here. We'll tell you about us, but we're not going to give you any referrals. That's pretty much what she said, and it was kind of cold. And the person that I was with, my poor client, he was like, ah, man. And I looked at this administrator right in her eyes, and I said, I never asked you for a referral. Those words never came out of my mouth. I just wanted to know what you do, because my client here, he's taking care of people in the home who are thinking about assisted living, and he might be able to send you a referral or two here and there if that's okay with you. Would that be okay? And she was like, oh, of course. What do you want to know? And then she completely changed her tune. And then we went through and we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. We talked about different strategies that we could do, different things that we can do to grow her business and work with us too, and identify the people that she should be sending to us. And what would have been a 15-minute conversation at most with the tour, we ended up being there for like 90 minutes. And he ended up getting a lunch and learn and an activity and a collaboration on an event and a whole bunch of other things, which led to business down the line. So when you know what to say and you know how to overcome the objection, it really makes a difference. And this is why I talk about the boot camps. This is why I want you to come. I mean, if you don't want to come, that's fine. We want you to come because we want to be able to help you, because I know what you're doing. What are you doing? You're keeping our seniors home so that they can age in place with dignity and grace. That's what you're doing. So I want you to have as many seniors as possible that you can provide the care for so that you can fulfill your mission. All we do at the boot camps is talk about how to increase your census, revenue, and profits, overcome these objections. How do you have a plan? How do you get somebody to go from we don't refer home care to they're referring you all the time? That is the primary focus of each and every boot camp. So if you're not registered for the next one, I strongly urge you to sign up now before it sells out, and I'll see you there.
So folks, I'm Steve Hurricane, and remember,